Hello, everybody. I am so excited that you have joined the show right now. I'm Maria. Strong Body, Strong Soul is the name of this show. We are going to be talking with Lori Oberman. She's a fantastic therapist in our area. In this particular conversation, she is returning to the show here to talk briefly. This is going to be a shorter interview than normal because we're talking to busy parents of toddler-age children. Lori's going to be giving us some pointers on how they can help manage the stress and anxiety associated with our current pandemic situation right now. It goes beyond the normal parenting situations and stress of it all, right? So I welcome you guys to listen to Lori Oberman. Hi, Lori. Welcome to the show again.
Oh, so good to see you.
Are you all healthy and safe in your house right now?
We are all healthy. We're all safe. We're washing hands a lot, using gloves, using masks. The fun never ends with COVID.
Perfect. In our last conversation, we were talking about how amazing technology is and how you are able to provide therapy services for people in all different categories of situations, relationships, marriage, grief counseling, wow, teens, all sorts of stuff. But in this particular interview, I really wanted to talk to you about focusing in on those parents who have little ones running around the house. And this subject, this area is really dear to my heart because personally, I had postpartum during when my kids were toddlers. And so I would love to hear some of your tools and insights for that age group who may be in the bathroom crying because their kids are crying.
Yes, I understand. I'm so glad that you had me on for this specific issue because I think it is so hard when we can't get a break and when it's just so constant like it is for COVID. I'm happy to help. So thank you so much for having me again. I just want to point out that, it's really important that we remember where is our child developmentally. Our prefrontal cortex, right, that has our rationale, part of our brain, does not develop until 19 to 25 sometimes in males. So part of their brain literally, it's not even there, the rationale part. So for you to explain to them what is COVID, they're like, what? You were speaking a foreign language to me, mom and dad. I think it's really important that we just not dumb it down, but make it very short, very sweet. COVID is, a virus that we can get, and we can get really sick, and we want to protect our bodies and everyone else's body, period. That's it. You don't need to go into like, what is a virus and what is this? Remember, they're 3-year-olds, they're 4-year-olds. They don't need a whole hypothesis. They don't need a whole thesis of what it is. It's just short and sweet, less is more. And then when you stop, if they have more questions, then of course I want you to answer those questions, but let the questions come from them, not from you guiding.
Great. Well, it's interesting because they all have different levels of maturity. Where the same thing with talking about sex, right?
Yes.
You don't know how far they are ready to go until they start expressing themselves, right?
Exactly. I think that's really important that it's like, you give them a little bit of information, and if they want more, they'll certainly ask.
Right.
Why do we have to wear masks, mommy? It's a safeguard. It's to protect our bodies, and it's to protect other people's bodies. Isn't this fun? Let's be superheroes. How you market it, I think, is a really important way, because it could be, think about it in their minds. It's really scary. Why is everyone walking around with a mask now? Why do I have to, mommy? So it's very alarming. It's off-putting, but if you present it in a very matter-of-fact way, it's to protect me and it's protect you. And we're just going to be smart to make sure that we stay healthy. Plain and simple. I think that it's really important as parents, we're the role models that our kids are going to see, and they will remember this time. They will remember the pandemic. And are you going to make it a very fearful and anxiety-ridden time? Or are you going to make it, we're going to make the best of this interesting situation? It's all about marketing, right? Parent is all about marketing too. So just remember that even for your 2-year-old or your 3-year-old or 4, whoever it is at home, even your teenager, it's how you market something, right? I think this is parenting just 101 in general, that it's, if you have a really negative or fearful attitude towards it, they will embody that fear and they will embody that distrust. If you go, you know what, this is something that we have to do, and I'm going to make sure that I make a good choice so I am as healthy and safe as I can be, then they're going to be as healthy and safe as they can be. It's a good idea to wash your hands. Let's wash our hands. How many bubbles can you make in your hand? I mean, if you make it fun and exciting, the pandemic won't be this fearful, gloomy cloud over their head. It'll be, you know what? I'm going to learn how to make sure that my body's healthy and safer. You are the role model. You know, do you want to fill your child up with anxiety and fear? And if that is something that you're struggling with, then seek professional help. I think now more than ever, it's a really good, time to find different coping skills. If the coping skills that you don't possess are in need of repair, or, to kind of fluff up and gain some more tools in your toolbox, reach out for help. There's a lot of services that are available out there. But you be your own advocate, just like your child needs to be their own advocate. Sit with them and say, what does COVID look like to you? Draw it out with them. I mean, I want to share something that is really important. So I did this with I don't know, you guys can see this.
What I feel like about the coronavirus. Okay.
Okay. So this is my 8-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And she's very artistic. So I don't know if you can see the face, and there's just a lot of feeling and emotion that goes in it. But an 8-year-old.
Are those tears?
Yes, those were tears. And so that was I would say a week and a half into quarantine.
Uh-huh.
And since then, we have talked about every week, we sit and color, what is coronavirus? What does it look like to you? Because remember, they don't have the tools, they don't have the vocabulary as a 3 or 4-year-old to go, Mom, I'm very anxious about this. Let's sit down and have some tea and discuss this. They're going to need to draw it out, and I'm sure you're seeing it in their acting out behavior. Make sure they can go in the backyard or take those walks outside. It is safe if you're not around people. I don't want people to just stuff their kid in the house and not have fresh air. Right. Mental health is really important, to see the green, touch the grass, on your hands, to feel it in your toes. Go outside and just listen to the birds, whatever it is that your child likes. But don't be afraid to talk about it. Draw what coronavirus means to you, and let's see what coronavirus is to them and what drawings they have. Uh-huh. If you have puppets at home, I would suggest, doing puppet play. If, you could just say, I'm really scared about this. How is it for you? I mean, a really simple dialogue, depending on their age, once again, is really effective, child therapy at home, because that's what we have.